What is it like to be a conference chair and journal editor? Today, we are here with Professor Carlos Flavian. Hello, Carlos. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much, Park. I'm delighted to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. And today, we actually really good and lucky to have you because you are both conference chair and also doing a number of journal, as a guest editor and also editor in chief. So we will definitely learn a lot from you. So first of all, would you like to start with some brief information about conference that you are associated with?
Oh, yes. This is the AIRSI conference. So the AIRSI conference is a conference focused on everything related with new technologies of Industry 4.0 applied to marketing services, tourism, and so on. So that we are thinking is that everything is going to be changed. And the changes will be even, in my view, more drastic than when internet has been developed. So the technologies such as the generative artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality is going to change everything. And we would like to be leading or to support the progress of the research on these specific areas. So if you're working on these kind of things, and you are really interested in research, I think that AIRSI will be a good point to have to be involved with.
Definitely. And myself, I have been to your conference before as well. Apart from meeting people in your associated working area, there are a number of journals that sometimes you have opportunity to publish a special issue with as well. In the past, there was psychology and marketing, among other, a number of papers and special issues there. Now, do you have any tips or suggestion for potential author who might want to submit their work to the conference?
Yes, well, you can submit free kind of papers. So you have the possibility of submitting one complete paper, a full paper, a work in progress, or an extended abstract. So I think the best point is to submit a working paper or an extended abstract, because if you submit your research in an early stage, you can have a lot of suggestions. You can have a lot of recommendations of how to go further or how to progress. Of course, you can submit a full paper, but always I'm trying that ISC is going to be a conference of added value. What I'm really interested in IRC is that people who is participating in these conferences get an important added value. A lot of comments, a lot of suggestions of how to progress, how to go further, and developing this research. This is one of the reasons why we would like to maintain IRC small conference where you can have a direct interaction. Because, well, when you go to a physical conference, the important point sometimes is where is the city, where is the country that you are going to visit, and so on. But we are focusing specifically on research. We are focusing specifically in trying to transform the initial papers, which are an extended abstract in a conference, to try to transform in a competitive paper that it could be published in a special issue. We frequently used to have special issues in different journals: Psychology and Marketing, Service Business, the Service Industry Journal, the International Journal of Contemporary Hospitality and Management, and so on. This is very, very important to give the appropriate and the adequate feedback to the authors. And I just to insist to the participants, if they would like to get good feedback, they have to give to the rest of the people good feedback. And also we have created something that I think is the only one conference, I have not seen this in previous conferences, the best participant award. Okay, and the best participant award is an award that we are giving to somebody from the public, which is making observations and giving suggestions to the rest, because it's traditional to have the best paper award, but we also focus the attention in giving several prizes, I think free prizes, to free recognitions to the best participant award. Because
That
I
is
think
very
it's
interesting. Yeah, and it would increase the engagement and excitement of the audience as well that want to co-value creation with your conference and all that. Yes, that's very interesting there.
Absolutely, and you can do this in a small conference where people meet, because what is important is that people meet and start to collaborate. Because, for example, in topics so new as this one, there is many people coming from different countries that they are alone, sometimes working in their own research project, and they can interact. Particularly, we started this conference in 2019. We celebrated face to face. Later on, we have been doing online because we are focusing in the topic more than in other things. But after 6 years, we are going to organize the conference online, face to face, and I would like to say, between the 10th and 12th of June in Zaragoza. Okay, and if you are interested in submitting your papers, we have the deadline for the 31st of March. Perhaps we can extend 1 week. But if you are really interested in participating in the conference and you would like to submit your paper, so let us know, send us an email, so we will see what we can do.
Sure, and I have all this information in the description for any audience who might be interested.
Excellent.
Yes. Moving on, I understand that you're also an editor-in-chief of a very good and an upcoming journal, which is a Spanish Journal of Marketing. So would you briefly like to talk and tell us about the journal?
All right, so absolutely. So the Spanish Journal of Marketing, I think it's a good opportunity to publish in this journal because, well, this is a journal that initially was dedicated to the Spanish community. Since I became editor-in-chief, I have been editor-in-chief between the 2016 to the 2023. Okay, I'm now the strategy editor. Okay, the journal is published by Emerald, so it's open. We maintain the name of Spanish because we are Spanish, but it is open, and many people even from Australia, from India, from the States, or all across Europe is publishing in this journal. One important thing is that the journal is 100% free for authors and readers. So the authors do not have to pay anything to publish. So we can establish a clear distinction between who is publishing and who is funding the journal. So the journal is being funded by SIC, which is a business school in Spain, by the Spanish Association of Marketing Professors. Okay, there's a complete different pathway. So there's no funding with publishing. Okay, and also we are giving award of 1,500 euros. We are publishing a bit more than 20 papers every year, and one of them will have an award of 1,500 euros. As I have been the editor-in-chief, and I'm so very worried about to give feedback to especially to young scholars, to young researchers. We also have another thing that I think we are the only one journal that it has, is that we have a Best Reviewer Award. Many journals has Best Reviewer Award, but we are giving to 3 of them 500 euros. I think no one does this, but also because reviewing is a very demanding process that you need to invest a lot of time, okay? And nobody's giving you anything from this. And I think we need to recognize, and I just to insist the reviewers that when I was editor-in-chief, I was insisting always, please, you have to be constructive. Don't say that it is not appropriate. Please explain how to do it. Please support the young scholars to get promoted, to grow up, and so on.
Yes.
Nowadays, the journal is indexed in Scopus, and it's in the top 25% of the journals in marketing discipline. We are also the indexation in the Australian and New Zealand index, the ABDC journal quality list, and we are very proud of how the journal is doing. So, and you are very welcome if you would like to submit your papers.
Yes, and congratulations on how your journal is doing so well. And I'm really pleased to hear about the Best Reviewer Award, with also, apart from the recognition that they received, they also received some financial benefit in that case as well. Another thing that I think is your journal is doing so well is you're doing like what you mentioned is an open access, but the authors doesn't have to pay for it. So it's really genuine type of open access, that the work should be good and the reader is, freely to read and then freely to share and use for their teaching or use for their business aspect. So I think that is very good. If we were to talk about, say, because you have, sorry,
Can I add in
sure, please.
relation to open access? So open access means that it is free, but it is free for readers. But also, I used to say, I used to coin, it's 100% free for readers and for authors, okay? But I think especially if young people is watching this video, young researchers, you have to be very careful because many journals which are open access, when you have your paper accepted, they tell you that you have to pay 3,000 euros or something like that. This is not the case in this journal, but there is also the problem of predatory journals, and you have to be very careful where you submit your paper, okay? But the Spanish Journal of Marketing is very, very relevant, very respectful journal, very serious journal, and you don't have to pay anything at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. So there's a complete distinction between who pays for the journal and who publishes on this.
Yes, but if the author received the best paper award, then they get paid instead. So that is very interesting.
Absolutely, absolutely. This year, Best Paper Award was from some authors of Vietnam and Thailand.
Right, right.
In the southern area. So I think they will be very, very happy with this. I do not know personally, know one of them.
Sure.
That's what it has to be international.
Perfect, perfect. Now you have been an editor-in-chief of the journal and also a conference chair. I'd like to ask you, now we're moving forward to the reflection on and personal opinion of like what are some of the value you have learned over the past few years as an editor-in-chief of the journals and also the conference chair?
Well, both of them requires a lot of commitment because you have to invest. Well, if you have to do these kind of things if you like it, okay? Both of them requires a lot of commitment. You have to invest a lot of hours, but the payback is the respect of the people, okay? As a journal editor, well, at least in my case, I getting paid the same that when I review papers. So nothing of nothing. Okay, so that's why I suggested to the promoters of the journals to give any kind of reward to the reviewers, or at least to the people who is committed much more. Okay, but you have to invest a lot of time, but you are learning a lot because you are repeating always the same things. And definitely, I used to recommend the people review papers because if they change the position, they can see their own mistakes. Okay, and when you're writing, you can see, well, I'm always telling to the authors not to do that. Why I'm doing here? Okay, so it's important to adopt different points of view in relation to what you are doing. I think you are learning a lot watching the problem from a different perspective, and definitely you became much more efficient, having clear what you have to do and doing it.
Right, right. One last question. Let's say if one day I want to become an editor-in-chief of a journal, what would be, say, one or two good suggestions for myself?
I really don't know. I really don't know. So because journals are not very open. So I'm not the editor-in-chief anymore of the Spanish Journal of Marketing. I'm really enjoying the special issues that we are doing in relation to different kinds of technology related. But of course, I would like to become an editor-in-chief. But I don't know where is the market of editor-in-chiefs. So I think those kind of things happens by serendipity. So the journal has a problem and they need to find somebody who can manage the journal and so on. Or there are journals of association. For example, the Spanish Journal of Marketing, it was a journal of an association. So I have been involved for two periods of 4 years, so 8 years in total. And I'm now in a second position as a strategy editor, trying to promote the journal, taking part in meet the editors, promoting special issues and these kind of things, but not reviewing directly the papers. But definitely how you can become an editor-in-chief of a journal means to be involved in review process. I used to do a lot of reviews, to be involved in evaluation process. I used to be coordinating special issues. I think I have coordinated 8 special issues with the 2-1 that we are coordinating now. Definitely to be part of the editorial board of different journals. When they invite me to participate in editorial boards, if the journal is well respected, I perfectly know that it means more work and no more salary, but I used to say yes. Okay, definitely. I think this is the way. But when is going to happen, nobody knows.
Sure, sure. Thank you. My last question for today is that what was that 1 or 2 thing that you loved the most as a conference chair and editorial or the journal editor?
Well, what I like the most, considering that I'm a senior researcher now, is the international recognition that you gain. So, because there is always a lot of people who is interested in working with you. Unfortunately, I cannot deserve more hours during the day because my day still has 24 hours and I cannot assume commitments. But for me, it's very, very interesting that people respect that you are doing, that people is, well, demanding to work with you, but I have always the same answer. But I really appreciate that people assess, value what you are doing. The effort that you are dedicating to this, because really behind all those things there is only one thing. It's a lot of hours of work and trying to support the others, and I'm really happy with this because, well, I'm professor of science 15 years ago, from 2000 no 20 years ago, so old I am. I became professor in 2005. Okay, but now I'm trying to promote, to get promoted to people in my group, because it's very important for me. But if I can do something else for the academia, for the community, I will be more than happy to do this.
Thank you so much for your support to the community and also to myself as well. So this is what is it like to be a conference chair and journal editor with Professor Carlos Flavian. Thank you very much, Professor, for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been my pleasure, Park. Thanks so much.
Thank you.